I experienced something last night that was weird and strange, and it never happened to me before. In over 40 years of driving, it never happened before. So I want to go ahead and share this with everybody. Basically, the story is this: what to do if some knucklehead is not only blocking the passing lane, but his friend is blocking the slow lane. That's what you're going to be looking at. The video footage, you're going to be, these two knuckleheads are together. The guy in the truck and the car, they are totally together. Now, I come up on this situation on a Saturday night. I found out very quickly it was not your normal situation where you have an old man and you have an old person in the left lane and they're just going 50 miles per hour and they can't get out of the way, because normally in that situation you'll be able to pass on the right sooner or later. So it occurred to me very quickly that that was not the case. This was not a case of an old man blocking the left lane. This was a case of two knuckleheads. It was a Saturday night, probably two people drinking, and for whatever reason they were blocking, and they were blocking everybody. Now, when I came up on it, they've been doing this to one person. So I believe there might have been a confrontation between a third car, but that third car finally went to the right and slowed down and just got out of the way. So I'm here to tell you what to do if this ever happens to you. This went on for 40 miles. 40 miles, these two knuckleheads. And the weirdest part, sometimes they change position. Like the truck, sometimes I didn't get that on film, unfortunately. But sometimes the truck would pull to the right, and you think, oh yeah, I get to go by, and then the car would swerve to the left real quickly, like they were playing games with people. They're only going 50 miles per hour. That's the thing. The speed limit is 70 miles per hour here, and they're doing 50, and people like to move down this highway. Now, normally, there's highway patrol up and down this stretch of highway. They're always giving out tickets to fund their pensions, but not tonight. Yeah, imagine that, Murphy's Law. So anyhow, there might be some young kids out there, or maybe somebody just learning to drive, and you need to know what to do in a situation like this. Well, this is an unsafe situation. People get emotional, people get angry, everybody come up on top of them, and they put their bright lights on them, and they just were not moving out of the way. It was a game to these kids. They were probably 20-year-old kids drinking. Here's what you don't do. The most important thing: do not pass on the left side of the edge of the road, or don't go to the far right edge of the road. That's very, very dangerous, and that's how people get killed. Do not forcibly try to pass these two knuckleheads. There's really only one thing to do. If you have to move to the right lane and just slow down to 45 miles per hour and just let these knuckleheads get as far in front of you as possible. Now, I know it sounds unsafe that if I were, sooner or later, you see me on the left lane here, but there were people behind me and I could not get over to the right. But finally, and sooner or later, I had to move to the right lane. I slowed down to slowed down where I was able to let these knuckleheads get far, far ahead of me, even though they were going 50 miles per hour. You need to get away from these people, and the only way you can get away from them is to slow down and let them go. They're playing games, and unfortunately, the highway patrol did not catch them, and they're young and dumb and stupid. It's a very dangerous, deadly game they're playing. See how the truck's on the right now and the car's on the left? Okay, coming up here, I'll get to this happened many, many times. Watch this. See how the truck goes to the left and the car goes to the right at the same time. So they did that. It was the weirdest, strangest thing. They would switch back and forth. So you know that these guys and you see this car thought he was going to be able to get around him, but no luck. So they would actually tease people. The truck would sometimes go to the right, the car would go to the left, and they would use their blinkers, and you would get, all the cars would think, hey, I finally get to pass these knuckleheads, and then they would do this. And this went on for 40 miles. Now, I know there is a number you can call Highway Patrol, and maybe one of the drivers out there, maybe somebody did call the Highway Patrol, but I don't believe. I was far behind them, and I didn't see them get pulled over. So they got away with it. These knuckleheads got away with it. And again, I'm making this video just to make sure, as a warning. It's a cautionary tale. See how I got to the right-hand lane here and I just slowed down? That's what you have to do. You have to get to the right-hand lane and let those knuckleheads go. You see how everybody's throwing their brakes on? because you could not go more than 52 miles per hour because they're going 50. If you were going to try to go 51 miles per hour, you just have to throw your brakes on. And of course, it always happens at nighttime when people are drinking, normally on a weekend. So this will be the last time I say it. You have to do what I did here. Get on the right hand lane, slow down, let those knuckleheads get out there and get way ahead of you. If say like you're 20 years old and you're in one of those big trucks and you're a he-man, I'm gonna get around these guys, and you try to pass them on whether on the left edge of the road or the right edge of the road, you're looking for a huge accident that would probably kill people. And unfortunately, it happens because a lot of young people are just young and dumb and full of cum, and they're drinking. Fortunately, there was no accident on this night. It's because everybody kept calm heads. I think most people kept calm, and most people would finally move to the right. And there were some angry people with bright lights and honking horns, but for the most part, nobody tried anything very dangerous like flying around them. I never saw that happen. So I'll leave you with this. In 40 years of driving, I had never seen anything like this. This is way, way out of line. I guess the Rona collapse is really messing with people's minds or something.